From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, trouble brews in Edo House of Assembly as 8 lawmakers attempt to suspend Speaker and 15 others. Nigeria and Pakistan agreed to collaborate in the war against terror. Rot in Lagos University Teaching Hospital as patients grapple with decaying infrastructure. And Iraq's Prime Minister asks Parliament to declare a state of emergency after Islamist militants took over vital cities in the country.
On business news tonight, Nigerian banks get grants from International Institute of Finance if talks end positive.
And on sports news tonight, despite problems in Brazil, host city Belo Horizonte promises a party atmosphere for football fans.
I'm Linda Kibe, and from Abuja, Nigerian Labour Congress set for a showdown, kicks against high electricity tariff.
Proceedings at the Edo State House of Assembly took an ugly turn today as 8 members made an early appearance at the House in an attempt to suspend the substantive Speaker of the House and 15 others. The members were retaliating the suspension of 4 of them by the larger House. They were then joined by 4 other PDP lawmakers who merged and declared the majority suspended. But there was more trouble when the majority forced their way back into the House and drove them away, leaving pandemonium in their path.
A house divided against itself. That is how you can describe the Edo State House of Assembly, which is at the moment embroiled in a leadership crisis.
Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, this misconduct vary from subterranean and clandestine meetings to disorderly manner geared towards undermining the power and the interest of the entire House.
Trouble started when 4 lawmakers were suspended by their colleagues for their alleged involvement in anti-party activities. Miffed by the action, the 4 suspended legislators enlisted the support of 4 other PDP lawmakers and hurriedly conducted a sitting where they, in retaliation, suspended the Speaker, his deputy, and other members, despite the absence of the mace, which is a symbol of the House's authority.
Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader, Chief Whip, the Chief Whip, and 5 others be placed for submission. Do say aye. Aye. Against say nay. The ayes have it.
While the suspended lawmakers were at it, the Speaker and the other members arrived at the chamber with the mace and pursued them, after which they sat to hold their own session.
Our politics have become to or die in Edo State. We know that politics ought not to be like this. What we saw today is a total show of shame on the part of the PDP. We were made to understand that the suspended members and some PDP members came to the Halo chambers before we got here and attempted to sit without a miss. This is not acceptable. Let me say very clearly that the minority can never overrun the majority in Edo State. If they are thinking that what happened in River State can happen here, they have another thing coming. It is not happening. The majority remains the majority in the State House of Assembly, and the minority will not and cannot overrun us.
Two groups later briefed the press on the goings-on.
Miscreants are taking over the gallery. The pressings, both in and out of the house, had already been taken over before we even come for duty. These shortcomings and others, which will be brought to you later, were interpreted by the House as an abdication of responsibility by the previous leadership headed by the former Speaker, Right Honorable Igbe. We want you to know that as from today, the House, under my leadership, has decided to play the role 100% which is suspected of us by Edo people. We must at this time be rest assured, as we are using this opportunity to call on the comrade governor to stop his divisive tendencies and ensure that Edo State is made for all to cohabit.
Once they are suspended in the house, the rule says that you are a stranger to the house. So the other five, headed by the former deputy speaker, they were suspended yesterday. And since they are suspended, they have no business in the house. And if they come in as strangers, they will ask for permission to be allowed to enter the house.
At the King's Square, youth supporters of the APC and those of the PDP staged a rally to show solidarity, but they were dispersed by the police.
Well, it was a busy day for the president today as he received the visiting president of Pakistan, Mahmood Hussain, in Abuja today. Tackling terror was the common enemy of both leaders as they agreed to collaborate in the war against terror. Our State House correspondent Chukuma Onekuse reports.
The presidential guard mounted here at the forecourt of the president's office was for the inspection of the visiting Pakistani president, and that it did before the two presidents went in for bilaterals that lasted for about an hour. The visit is said to be the first presidential visit from Pakistan in 32 years, and it provided an opportunity for both countries to discuss how to boost both economic and trade relations. The two presidents emerged from their talks to address State House correspondents.
The first ever state visit.
Dr. Jonathan said some of the issues of common interest include how to combat terrorism.
You'll agree with me that this is quite significant because just like Nigeria is suffering from terror attack, Pakistan is also experiencing terror attack. Only yesterday we had the nasty incident, and even today there are still some issues. Just like we are still battling with how we'll get our young daughters from Chibok out from the hands of terror. Recently, they cooperated with us when we wanted to get into the UN as a Security Council as non-permanent member. They supported us. We'll also reciprocate when it is their time. Because I say one good turn deserves another. Presently, the trade relationship between Pakistan and Nigeria is extremely low, which we are committed to doubling it in the next 2 years. And in the next 5 years or so, our target is that we should move from under $100 million to at least $1 billion.
Responding, the Pakistani president said he felt at home while in Nigeria and that the exchanges were at a very high level, covering several areas, including human resources development and the need to enhance cooperation in counter-terrorism.
Enhance the existing cooperation in the field of defense, particularly on enhancing cooperation in counter-terrorism, was highlighted.
They expect the two foreign ministers of both countries to work out modalities on how to make the visit a continuous one to review the agreements reached so far. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
And after that meeting with his Pakistan counterparts, the president also held a meeting with the candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the forthcoming governorship elections in Ekiti and Osun states, Ayodele Fayose and Iyola Omishore. The meeting was said to have centered on their preparations for the governorship polls in their states. Mr. Fayose told State House correspondents after the meeting that the bloody incident in Ado-Ekiti last Sunday, in which one person was killed, also came up for discussion. To security matters, and residents of Abuja today woke up to a bomb scare in 2 of the Federal Capital Territory's major markets. Security officials responded by sealing the popular Wuse and Garki ultra-modern markets. In a swift response, police officers from the FCT command swung into action and prevented traders from gaining entrance into the facilities to allow men of the anti-bomb squad sweep the markets.
Markets open for business at 7:30 every morning within the Federal Capital Territory, but not so on this Tuesday morning. The Wuse and Garki ultra-modern markets were barricaded by police officers from the FCT command. Traders waited outside the markets. They say the barricade was as a result of a bomb scare.
The reason we are hanging out outside here now is because of we hear that they respected or that speculation or that they want to come and throw some bomb inside the market. So we made out that everybody is scared to enter the market.
Coming out this morning, we heard some rumor that they want to bomb Wuse market, and the market was supposed to open by 7:30, and we're still waiting for that time to see if they open the market or not.
Meanwhile, the FCT Police Public Relations Officer denies the report, saying that the barricade was not as a result of any bomb scare, but just one of the security checks on markets within the FCT.
First and foremost, I want to disabuse the minds of Nigerians. There was no bomb scare anywhere in Abuja. And what is so happening this morning is a routine security check. We swept the markets, meaning our anti-bomb personnel cleared the market premises, and we are enhancing our security presence around the markets. We want to be proactive, and being proactive means a lot more of security presence and more of these checks. We are appealing to people to support us. We're not doing this to suffer the people or cause any inconvenience, but it's part of our mandate to make sure that we continue to secure the lives and property of the people of the Federal Capital Territory.
The police PRO also says traders from other markets around the FCT should expect such checks in the coming days. The markets have since been reopened after a thorough security check by the police.
In part 2, after the break, labour unions kick against high electricity tariff. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.